I am doing my informational presentation on the history of the guitar. The first guitar was founded in 1779 by Gaetano Viniacci. He's a very influential man to many people in the world because the guitar is my life and I know it's some other people's lives. And without that man, we would not have the guitar. The first electric guitar was founded in 1936, I believe, and that guitar was a very influential guitar to many people because I know a lot of people that I look up to, including John Mayer, Slash, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, people like that. We would not look up to those people as they are today because without him we wouldn't have those people in our lives that we look up to musically. Also, without that man inventing the electric guitar, they would not have careers, I guess you could say. Now, some of those people sing, and I guess they could have gotten their careers going that path of singing, but right now, the only way that they have a career is playing guitar. There's different types of guitars, whether it's the Fender, the Gibson, the Paul Reed Smith, which is also known as the PRS, or the Martin, or the Taylor, or some things along those lines. They provide different tones, different ways of playing, different styles, different genres. For me personally, I love playing a Martin. It's an acoustic guitar. They date back to the 1800s. There's one specifically that my friend has, and the tone from it is just unbelievable. It's a nice, warm, crisp tone that no other guitar I've ever played can produce. There's another guitar, it's an acoustic guitar as well, and it's a Taylor. It's called the GS Mini. It's a really small guitar, but the sound that I get from it is amazing. Other things, other factors that you have to key in would be the strings you put on the guitar. You can put different gauges, which is different thickness of the strings. I use 10 gauge on my electric guitar, which provides an easy bend, and the strings last for a long time, it seems. Now, if you're playing shows every night for a solid week, you're going to have to change your strings quite frequently. But as much as I play now, I can use the same set of strings for probably around 2-3 weeks, and they're only like $8 a pack. Other types of guitars that I enjoy playing would probably be a maple Stratocaster, and when I say maple, I'm including the type of wood that you would put on the guitar. There's maple necks, and there's rosewood, there's ebony, there's different types. There's a mahogany body that you could put on a guitar, and that's mostly used on different acoustic guitars. Now, the McPherson acoustic is the most beautiful sounding guitar I've ever played in my life. They range from $3,000 to $8,000, which is a bit pricey, but if you look them up on YouTube, which there's a guy, his name is Andy McKee, he actually plays one in a couple of his videos, and he's just a truly amazing guitarist, singer-songwriter, and I look up to him a lot. Another singer-songwriter I really look up to that plays a Stratocaster would be John Mayer. He's a great man, and he's a really deep-thinking composer. He also plays guitars like the Gibson Les Paul or the Martin, which I mentioned earlier, which is an acoustic. He has a Baby Martin, which is like the GS Mini of the Taylor, and it provides a nice warm sound too. If we didn't have these influential people that play the guitar, we wouldn't really know the different types of genres that these guitars are used for. Perhaps the blues guitar would be mostly the Gibson ES335, which is a semi-holly body, which is a Gibson, and it provides a nice thick tone that almost sounds acoustic, but it's really not, it's the electric. Another guitar for perhaps jazz, you could use an Ibanez or the ES35 of the Gibson. A lot of people use Telecasters as well for a jazz sound because it provides a nice clean sound. Now, different types of amps include the Fender, an Orange amp, there's a Vox amp, there's Black Star, which is a newly produced amp that not many people know about. But these are some things that you have to key in when you want to play guitar, and you have to learn the history of a guitar before you can learn these things. I know the Stratocaster dates back to the 50s, the Gibson dates back to the 1800s as well. The Gibson guitar as a whole, the Gibson acoustic dates back to the 1800s as well, and the Fender as a whole dates back to the 1800s. The Martin dates back to the 1800s. So what you're understanding right here is most guitars were made in the 1800s, because when they caught on to Viniato, who incorporated the acoustic guitar, most people caught on during the 1800s. So really, when you look back, he was the man who invented the acoustic guitar, and he was the man that completed the lifestyle that I really follow, I guess you could say.